It's portal season. And on the men's side, per Jeff Goodman, you said what, 1,800 players in the portal?
Oh, yeah, let's look at the stats here. This was as of about an hour ago. 1,850 Division One men's players have hit the portal, and that is basically the percentage of scholarship players that have eligibility left. That's 49% of all scholarship players that still have eligibility remaining. 49% of the players are in the portal.
And on the women's side, the numbers, I don't have the percentage, but on the women's side, it's 1,000, around 1,000. It's more normal for your players to go in the portal than for them not to. I feel like at this point.
And also, I don't. If I was a player, I'd do the same thing. I would see what my value is on the market, and you just go back. You just go back to the place you came from if you want to. And there are players that withdraw their names from the portal and go back to the school,
That doesn't
but
happen very often.
it doesn't happen often. But it's an option. I
Like
mean,
it happened with Isaac Brown at U of L in
yeah,
football, but
yeah.
I feel like that was really rare.
I mean, didn't Owe do it for Kentucky last year? He tested the draft waters and was
But
maybe in
testing
the
the draft
portal.
waters and coming back, I think, is different.
I mean,
That's
he
not the
was
same
maybe
thing.
in the portal, not in the portal. I don't know. But if you're a kid and you're looking for, I mean, it's all about the money now. So you might as well get in the open market, have your agent feel it out, see what you're worth. And if you don't like what you're hearing, then just go back to the school you came from.
Or have some damn loyalty to your program and be
But say
proud
you
of
don't
your
have
school
loyalty, go back if you want to.
like, it ain't always about chasing a damn dollar. The grass ain't always greener. Like, can we have some loyalty in college hoops?
What's the Jeff Walls quote he always says?
Yeah, because
Sometimes you
it's
think the grass is just fertilized with
fertilized
bullshit.
with shit. Yeah, with bullshit, and he's right.
He's 100% right. It's one of my favorite quotes of his.
I get it. I'm old school, and it's not gonna change until the rules change,
No, it sucks
but
for the fans. It sucks for the schools. It sucks for the fans. But kids are doing what they got to do. It's not changing. It's going to get worse, probably.
Nebraska, dude's a starter. Burke Bayuk started every game this year. Averaged 6.5 points, 5.6 rebounds. It's his second year there. Where did he start? Started at UCLA his first year, so he's a junior. After their great season, they win their first ever NCAA tournament game. They get to their Sweet 16. Dude's getting a tattoo to commemorate the season.
Yep.
27-8.
Yeah.
The next day, deuces, I'm going to the portal.
Well, I mean, is that because he wanted to go to the
Because he got
portal,
a
or
bad
did he have a
tattoo?
or did he have a conversation with Fred Hoiberg, and Hoiberg was like, "Hey, we're looking at bringing in a guy at your position that maybe can give us more than what you gave us."
And look, and I think that's a fair point. It's not always on the player side. I think that is an absolute fair point.
Give me his stats again. What'd you say?
He averaged 6 and 5, 6 and a
Exactly.
half and 5.5.
As a starter, maybe you're looking for a little more than that. So Hoiberg's maybe like, we're going to bring in a guy that might help us a little more than 6 points and 5 rebounds. And then he's might be like, all right, coach, I respect that. I'm going to go look for an opportunity where I can start again. So maybe that's, I mean, we don't know the story. That, to me, that's very plausible.
I don't know the story, and maybe that is what happened, but it's still
It's
just
still weird.
you get a tattoo commemorating your
We'll get you
season,
that.
and then a day later, you're like, "Thanks, but I'm gonna be playing for somebody else next year."
Kenai Roos, who's in the portal for Louisville, he's got that leg tattoo that spells out CARDS, and it has like all the different things for each letter of the program standards and all that. Well, was he gonna go get that covered up now?
Well,
You can go
like,
play
just
for
like,
for another ACC?
don't get your girlfriend's name tatted on you because when you break up, what are you gonna do? What are you
Go
gonna turn
find a
that
girl.
cards in now to?
Go
Can I
find another
Rose?
girlfriend with the same name is what you got to do.
Yeah, that's easier said than done. So it limits Kenai Roos options next year.
Ball
He can go
State and
play.
Stanford.
He can go to ball. Well, he's got to take the S off if he goes to Stanford,
So that's a lot easier to do than taking the whole tattoo off.
or he could try to go to the draft to the Arizona Cardinals or the St. Louis Cardinals. Other than that, I don't know what he's gonna do next year.
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
And you had said they're looking to do something to give you 5 years of eligibility if
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, the NCAA came out today. Saw this today. They're proposing an eligibility rule change that I guess will be voted on in the near future that will take place and will go into effect in the fall of 26. So starting this fall, basically 5 years of eligibility in 5 years. So 5 years from your 19th birthday or the year that you graduate high school, you have 5 years of eligibility. There are no more red shirts, no medical red shirts, no waivers, no nothing. You've got 5 years to figure this out. And you can play all 5 years. If you get hurt, you still have 4 more years. So kind of trying to limit more, get this thing standardized, and it eliminates bringing back 26-year-old G League players that have been out of college for 5 years, and which is
Which
just
what well, we
stupid
need
in
a
first.
rule to eliminate that is insane.
I mean, this does officially eliminate that portion of that. I don't know, they're just trying to make it more standardized, and you're not denying some guys here and approving some guys here, and it's just all it's pretty clear cut. I'm in favor of it.
Well, there's nothing to not be in favor. I don't know what it accomplishes.
You're just giving guys an extra year. So usually you got 4 years or you play 4 years, you gotta move on. Now you can play a total of you can play all 5 years. So seniors can now come back.
And
I
that's
mean,
fine.
really, it kinda hurts the freshmen, like, the incoming freshmen. Like, you're gonna limit opportunities of high school kids
But
with this one.
it's like coaches shouldn't be redshirting players for the last couple of years, knowing that they can go wherever they want. Because I don't know the percentage, but I guarantee you the percentage of redshirted players and them leaving the program is damn high. And to me, that's all this kind of does is says there's no point in redshirting because you ain't going to keep people from getting hurt. Like there's nothing you can do about that. I would like to see some kind of incentive to where you're rewarded for being somewhere for 4 years. If you're at the same school for 4 years, then you get a fifth year to give somebody an incentive to stay somewhere. I would like to see.
What if your coach leaves? What if,
Well, there's going to be stuff like that that allows you to leave.
see, then you're just going back into the whole, "I need to get a waiver. I need to get this for this to happen." No,
But at least then you've got rules. At least with waivers, you've got some rules. We're seeing too many kids that are playing 5 years at 5 different schools,
why does
and
that bother you?
I don't know what good it does anybody. What good does that do anybody?
What does it hurt?
That student athlete, are they really even a student athlete?
No, we know this, man. Like, let's just stop
None
pretending
of the
like this is
fans
the
have
old days.
loyalty to them.
Let's stop pretending like this is the old days where student athletes are we're here for school. Not here to who was the Ohio State quarterback that said, "I'm not here to play school." These kids aren't here to play school. They're here to play ball. They're here to get paid, and they're here to get. If you get a degree, it's a bonus. A lot of kids don't care about that because they're just trying to go play professionally, whether that's in the NFL, the NBA, or overseas somewhere and get a contract in Turkey or Russia to play basketball. Like they're here to play ball and get that pro contract.
Yeah. I mean, I just if you could have a one transfer rule, and other than that, you got to sit out, and then you keep this 5 and 5, then that gives you incentive not to transfer because if you do transfer a second time, then you have to sit out a year. I think that would be a decent addition to these rules to try to limit a little bit. Like I understand the other side of the argument. Coaches can leave whenever they want, no matter what their contract is, and that's true. But we're not seeing coaches coach 5 places in 5 years, and just to bring some consistency to it.
I
I
would
just
agree. I'm on your side on this. I would
look, and I
yes.
know that they're not it's not all about school, but still a part of it. You could at least pretend that it matters. And when it's 5 and 5, doesn't benefit the student athlete, doesn't benefit the fan base. The only way you're remembered is if you go and do something great that fifth year or your final year, because the other 4 places you left, no matter how good you are, hate you and will hate you forever for the most
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
And so the only chance you have to be remembered at a school is having a fifth year or a senior year at your new program where you are great individually and your team has great success. And I don't know. The system, as they argued for good 10 minutes on game day, I don't believe it's sustainable.
Nah,
It's too
it is not.
expensive. Like
Way too
in the pro leagues, you spend money on players and you get revenue back.
yes.
These donors aren't getting that revenue back that are paying for the most of these players.
Well, a lot of these universities are they're in debt already, just trying to keep up to get a competitive roster.
Yeah, and you're going to start seeing the smaller sports disappear because more money's going to have to go to football and to both, and primarily men's basketball, but women's basketball as well. And then you're going to start seeing other sports disappear. But I mean, I will say, for the most part, the TV ratings are as good as they've ever been. The product is great.
But the problem is, and this is what's different from the pro leagues, is the pro leagues, you're under one TV contract. The revenue split's equal amongst all 32 league teams. Same with baseball or ball or whatever. When you've got the SEC and the Big Ten making double what the Big 12 and the ACC are making in media rights revenue, like then we start having an issue. And the ACC's locked into their media rights till 2036 that they can't get out of, so they can't even renegotiate until then. So like the gap's too big.
And that's why we just saw the Big Ten sweep men's basketball, women's basketball, and football for the first time it's been done since '07 when the
I
SEC
would like,
did it.
and the SEC and the Big Ten are going to fight this, but I would like to see a BAA Division One, especially maybe the Power Four, Power Five teams, all under one media rights deal. Like they make a deal with ESPN and NBC and CBS, just like the NFL does with Fox and CBS and ESPN and Amazon and YouTube and whoever else. They're all under the same media rights deal. Put these conferences under the same media rights deal. Let's distribute this evenly, and let's get this back to at least a little bit of, where some of these teams have a chance, and we're not in
Well,
monstrous debt.
and you're not even talking about the teams that aren't in Power 4. Like, you talk about separating them even more. It's just I still love watching it, but there's a lot of issues with it.
There is.
It'll be interesting to see where it goes. I think there has to be some changes. What those changes will be. Your idea is not a terrible idea, but it's just the Big 10 and the SEC are never gonna be like, "Okay, we'll
Right.
do
That's
that."
what you're gonna have to have some kind. I mean, it's not like Congress needs to get involved in sports, but like you're gonna have some kind of Supreme Court
Well,
rulings or congressional, something laws or whatever that come down to try to force these things through because these conferences aren't going to agree on anything. They're
the
all
problem
looking
is
out.
there was just no rules to begin with, and this is the result. Look, there's a lot of things the result ain't bad. There's I mean, the product's still good. It's just you're probably gonna have a different players on your team every year.
Well, Michigan did it and they won a championship. So
And
if you're a fan of your team, and your guys are transferring out, you might get somebody better. You might end up winning a championship, and guess what? You're going to be ecstatic.
you are, but if you also had Yaxel there for 4 years, it just adds something. I mean, just fact.
1 year's better than none.
Well, especially if you bring home a chip.